recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Hey. We are Zed Games. You're listening to 4ZZZ. I'm Melee, and I'm here with...
I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. I'm Peter.
Hi, Peter.
I'm here with Tom and Peter.
That we are.
How you both doing today?
Doing good. Traffic was a nightmare tonight, but otherwise good. Some sort of thing that's physical, sport, game thing.
Terrible.
People visiting.
It's not digital, so I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it causes problems when I need to get into the station.
What about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just playing a lot of video games. There's some big stuff coming out soon. I currently have a certain remastered game downloading. So looking forward to that. But aside from that, just trying to get all of my life admin out of the way. And let's get to gaming.
Let's get to gaming. I wish I haven't been doing as much gaming as I want. A little bit of split fiction, a little bit of puzzle games.
Nice.
Always time for tabletop role playing.
How are you enjoying split fiction?
Oh, I'm quite enjoying it.
Nice.
I just finished, the last thing we did was the level with the dragons.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Are you swapping characters as you play between sessions, or are you just like...
Oh my gosh, that's so obvious that that's something that you could do, but no.
Yep. Yeah, good,
I don't want to.
good.
I want to be the fun one. She's a bummer.
You gotta shout it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zoe, you're playing.
Yeah. No, I see the appeal of that, but I'll stick with her.
Yep.
She's cool.
I have been playing a couple of little games as well as a big new strategy game that just came out, which like proper real-time strategy Command and Conquer-esque.
Ooh.
And I'm loving it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's exactly hitting those nostalgia vibes, but I'm also loving the lore of the new one.
What's the name of this game?
Tempest Rising.
Okay.
Tempest
It's
Rising.
$55-ish at the moment. It's got 2 factions, 2 campaigns. There is a 3rd faction that gets revealed in the later half of the campaign, but nobody really cares about them at this point because you can't play them. They're just in the campaign.
Right.
But yeah, it's very much GDI and Nod. In this case, it's the GDF, 1 letter change, and the Tempest Republic, I think, is what they are. They're just Nod. They don't have a cane, though, and I'm annoyed. They've got a digital character that is attempting to be a cane-esque figure, but no. Otherwise, yeah, playing a couple of indie titles as well. There's a My Little Rocket Silo or something, which is a cozy factory-esque building game, which I'm actually really loving. I do hope they put multiplayer into it, though, because that would be fun.
Sounds
Either
great.
of you been playing any of the Blueprints?
No.
Well,
How's it been?
I really enjoyed my first few hours of that game. And now I'm heading towards the end game. It's a puzzle game. Exploration. It's got a lot of like board game like
it's pretty much House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, that's how you're laying out the rooms and stuff. So it's a lot of exploration, a lot of puzzles that you solve and you solve and you solve, and then you get to a new room and it's like, hang on, there's been a background puzzle that's been in this room this whole time that you didn't know about. So it's like, all right, make sure you're taking notes, taking physical notes. And I'm at the point where I can solve the game if I get the right rooms. So it's all down to a roll of the dice.
Randomization.
Sounds maddening.
Oh, yeah. But up until this point, it's been excellent.
Yeah. I think that's one of the ones that I want to play as a community. I'll stream it or something to my friend group and just everybody can kind of get in there and notice different things sort of idea and play it communally. Because that's how I love
fun.
Betrayal at House on the Hill and whatnot.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we've all been getting a broad range. We've got some gaming news.
This week in gaming news, we have Oblivion Remastered. So, it has been an exciting few days for Bethesda after they not only announced a remaster of Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion on April 22nd, it's here and in the hands of gamers. There's been some very mixed responses to how they chose to remaster some characters. The character creator is full of potential, and even a bit of the original jank is still present. Yep. That's right. There's all those classic line flubs from the recordings are still in the game.
Character creator, I have seen some horrible and fantastical characters
part of
being
the
created.
charm. You can't get rid of it.
But you can actually make a normal looking character as well in this remaster, which is an upgrade because originally you were forced to make a horrible baby-faced buffoon.
Yep.
There was no way around it. And the Imperial Guards are still there in all their glory with stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. And yeah, they've actually got different voice actors voicing the different races of characters, which is nice.
Interesting.
But despite not offering mod support, mods for the remaster already exist, and the Sky Oblivion project, where a group of modders are recreating Oblivion within Skyrim, is still being worked on. And in fact, the team were given keys to Oblivion Remastered. And that feels like mod support to me.
Yeah, I think it took a grand total of 5 minutes before there was a mod.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As soon as it launched, 5 minutes later, there was some sort of mod already.
What would it be without mods? Like it wouldn't feel right.
That sounds like a Bethesda game.
What else is going on in the gaming world?
No retro for you, USA. So, Retro Tink and Anbernick, I have no idea if I said that right, creators of portable consoles and products to replay retro games have announced that they will be suspending orders due to the uncertainty surrounding the tariffs policy coming into play. Quoting, "Due to lack of guidance on how tariffs will be collected starting May 2nd, we've made the difficult decision to temporarily suspend US shipments. Without proper procedures in place, the risk of delays and lost packages is simply too high," said Mike Chi, founder of Retro Tink. Yeah, tariffs, they're causing problems. Both for
with money.
Retro gamers and future gamers with Nintendo and whatnot.
But if it sucks and it's going to keep causing issues. But in a beautifully smooth segue, if you are worried about the price of things affecting your gaming, there are solutions out there.
There are indeed.
Don't get too excited. It's mostly in Japan, but it does exist here. If you want to rent a console, it's been a thing. If you're old like me or older than me, it's been a thing, and it's still around. You can get them at libraries.
Yeah, just
I
because
don't know where I
Blockbuster's
could
gone
tell
now.
you other than a library, but they're there.
It's still around in my heart.
And in Japan, there is a rental chain, Geo, that is has announced that 80% of their PS5s, since they've launched renting them out, 80% of them are currently loaned out. And it only started a few months ago, but they've already paid off that initial cost of the consoles.
Yeah.
Rentals are originally meant to allow people to enjoy expensive items at a low price at home. PS5 rentals are an extension of that philosophy, said Yusuke Sakai.
Yusuke Sakai.
Yeah, that was much smoother. He's the product manager at Geo. The PS5s are being rented at 980 yen a day, which is about $1. The console price jumped from about 735 AUD to 878 AUD, so it's expensive. Consider that. Are you using your PS5 for 878 days? Most of us aren't.
Not continuously, no. It's if there is one or two games that you are specifically on a PlayStation that you want to play, it is a fantastic thing to go and do.
Yeah, maybe we should get out there, take them from the libraries. There won't be enough, and then businesses will
go get a library card.
Do it here.
It helps support your library.
Nerd.
It specifically influences their funding.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
And you can probably ask them if they don't have them. They may not be able to, but they might be able to.
They may be able to. Or at least they can point you in the right direction.
They like demand. They like to supply. They're there for you.
They do.
And so are we. With more news.
We do. A few news nibbles now. Kingdom Hearts fans rejoice. You have been given a crumb in the form of a reference hidden in a 10-hour-long lo-fi Study with Max video uploaded to YouTube. Kingdom Hearts 4 is totally on the way, guys.
Definitely,
I mean, they
100%.
announced it a while ago, but sure. StarCraft 2
definitely-
players, my apologies. Turns out hackers have been inflicting graphic and violent videos to unsuspecting players, including videos with bright flashing lights. Blizzard is investigating, but allegedly these events have been happening for a year now. I've not heard of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
I guess it
awful.
exists.
Just flashbang through the screen. Why
Yeah.
not?
I guess. Overwatch 2 players have a Gundam Wing crossover starting April 29th, and rumour has it that Mercy, Ramattra, Reaper, and Soldier 76 have some skins coming up. Yeah, they just did a big update. There's a new map. There's crossovers with various different girl singing groups.
Ooh.
It continues to be Overwatch and continues to be shoveled with the shovelware for
Yeah.
every character under the sun. That is not my my favourites.
Yeah. So who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
But there are other things to care about, like some upcoming games.
Indeed.
We've got Claire Obscure Expedition 33 coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC on April 24th. Also on April 24th is Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, PS5, Xbox, and PC. The 100 Line Last Defense Academy is coming to Switch and PC, also on April 24th, as well as Sunseed Island, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and Tempest Rising coming to PC.
Already out, but okay. It got released
April
early.
24th is today, so
Yep.
I guess if you're listening, you know, go
you can
online
go and get these
them.
games.
Eager
They're ready for
listeners.
you. And depending on when you're listening, there's April 25, Days Gone Remastered coming to PS5, Badlands Crew coming to PC on April 28th, Forza,
Yep.
how can I say that? Forza Horizon 5 coming to PS5 on April 29th. And finally, on April 30th, Skin Deep is coming to PC, Conquest Dark is coming to PC, and MotoGP 25 is coming to PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Whew, that's a lot of words.
Yeah, a lot of games coming.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's a good era for games at this time of year.
It sure
It's
is.
starting to get cooler. The weather's nicer, so it's nice to be inside. And
At least for us
Rugby.
Australians.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. And I agree with you. I just think it's funny that you're like, the weather's getting nice. It's
Yeah.
like stay inside, out of the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
All right. Well, do you like physical games, like board games?
Yes.
Tabletop games.
I have a specific board games table that doesn't get used and people need to come over and play on it.
That is really sad.
It is. It
Do
is.
you like community then? You like,
a board games community?
yeah.
Yes. I have plenty
Connecting
of
with-
friends that have board games nights and painting nights and other things, and it always ends up being on a night that I'm busy.
Ah.
Yeah. Like
Well-
always.
But
It's
the
like they
idea-
plan it around me being busy specifically.
You're just too good. You win all the time. Can't have you here.
I mean, the last game I did win against the host, so that might be...
Oh.
yeah.
I wouldn't
can't
invite
do
you
that.
back to.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for more people to play with, then the amazing Zara, not here tonight, but wonderful, has gone out and interviewed some people putting together a local gaming event. And I won't spoil too much, but listen for the next several minutes to find out what that's all about. And I'll probably see you there.
Today I am joined by Beck, who is here not only to tell us about a special event coming up, but also the history and community around it. But first, I'll let her introduce herself and the topic for today, wings. Take it away, Beck.
Hi, I'm Beck Mullen. I have a new event coming up in the TTRPG Southeast Brisbane community called WINGS. Women in Gaming Spaces is what WINGS stands for. I've been a part of various different TTRPG clubs within Brisbane for some time, both in my local area but also in the general Brisbane area. So I've been part of the great group that is Brisbane Social RPG, and I'm on the ops team for Go Play this year as well. I was a volunteer at Go Player and I've been an attendee for some time as well. So I branched out myself and decided I was going to take up some space. Me and a bunch of ladies and non-binaries take up our own space. So that's what spawned WINGS.
That is fabulous. So you have an event coming up on the 4th of May at Lost Cells at Netherworld. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yes. So our amazing friends at Netherworld have generously let us use the Lost Souls rooms, the karaoke rooms. There's 5 rooms there. If you haven't been there before, please go. It is phenomenal. The artwork, the themes are just amazing. And they are so good for RPGs as well. Like, just gets you right in the vibes. So because of their generosity, this is a free event. I wanted to make this event accessible for everyone, both location-wise and financially. So was able to work with Netherworld and provide this for free. All the GMs and DMs are providing their services for free also. So this is one of the most important parts of this event for me, was to make sure that it was accessible for everyone. So a little bit, I guess, about Wings is that it's an inclusive space for women, both cis and trans and non-binary adults, to access and enjoy TTRPGs, but in the comfort of their peers. So in my experience, and many other women and non-binaries experiences at other events, whether it be their local gaming club, at their local gaming store, at bigger events, we're always a minority, always. So I wanted to make a space where we were with our peers, we were with other women, we were with other non-binary people, so that we had a safe space where we could be our authentic selves.
That's really what it's all about at the end of the day, is just about having fun together. Getting into TTRPG is already intimidating enough.
So definitely that is a barrier for some people. It's overwhelming to consider that the RPG, the role-playing aspect of it. So what I've done is I have actually set up a Discord community group for this event and any future events, and I've made little rooms for each of the tables for the GMs to talk with their players ahead of time, so that they can become comfortable with each other, and also for the players to talk to each other about the game system itself, any areas in which they're perhaps a little nervous about or they want a little bit more information in. And obviously I will share that link with you guys, and you can share it amongst the community, because we're welcoming to everyone. And that's been going well so far. People have been asking about character creation and the world scene and just general interest in the game that they've booked to play. So yeah.
That's fabulous. That sort of segues nicely into my next question. So the remaining spots are limited. There's a limited amount of spots left for the event on the 4th of May, but people don't need to worry about missing out, because there's other events planned for later this year, right?
Yeah. We unexpectedly filled spaces very quickly in the first week of tickets being released. So I almost immediately spoke to my friends at Netherworld and said, hey, is there a chance we could slot in another one kind of soon? So we actually, the theme of this one coming up on the 4th of May, being on Star Wars Day, is space. So we have kind of a space theme going. On the 24th of August, we have another Wings event at Lost Souls. That one's called Damsels Never in Distress. And then on the 5th of October, we're also going to have a horror-themed, shock horror kind of one, Halloween-y, spooky-themed one. So we've got 2 more after this one, so you won't miss out for very long. So and we've got a really good variety of games being played as well. So we've got a local game called Night. Someone's coming to run that one. We've got your general favorites. We've got Call of Cthulhu being played. We've got multiple different D&D themed ones happening. A lot of new players actually are coming to try D&D for the first time here, which is great. We've also got Scum and Villainy, which is another great indie RPG. We have Final Girl, which is always a big favorite. Final Girl is very, very popular RPG at the events I've been to. And a system called Offworlders, which is not one I'm terribly familiar with, but I'm very excited to learn a bit about. So, yeah.
My last and final question for you, Beck. What have you been playing recently?
Well, I run a D&D club out here at Springfield, at the Spring Lake Hotel, every single Tuesday. So it is always about D&D in my household and in my life, because if I'm not DMing, I'm playing. So always D&D. I did actually last year play a non-D&D game, which I loved, and I've been waiting to play again with my husband because I bought him the book for Christmas, and it's a local indie game called Cartograph. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's by Ravensridge Emporium. It's a map building RPG game. It's so out of the box, and it's literally out of the box because it only has a book. But it is so fun, and it's really different. The mechanics are so familiar, but also used in such a different and dynamic way that I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping to maybe have them in August or October. Jess from Ravensridge might come and run Cartograph for us, which would be amazing. But basically just D&D.
That's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for joining us, Beck. Why don't you let people know where they can find out more about Wings and how they can keep up to date?
Yeah, so Wings has a Discord group which is open to the public if you'd like to join. Hopefully Zara and the Zed team will put the link for that in the page. Yep, and there's also information about our event on the Netherworld Facebook page as well. They posted about that. But we keep it small, we keep it cute, keep it small, and so we're just on Discord for now. So get our tickets through Humanitix. If you look up Wings Women in Gaming Spaces, you'll find our tickets there. But the ticket link is in Discord, and it was also in the Netherworld post as well.
I'll be sure to share all those links as well. And thank you so much, Beck. Really appreciate you taking the time. You take care. Have a lovely day. Keep gaming.
Thank you, you too. Thank you, you too.
You're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
You're listening to Zed Games on 4ZZZ.
Oi mate, you're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
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 Got a bit carried away.
It's time for a review. I like the music. It makes me feel special.
Wait, what are we going to review?
I don't know. What could we be reviewing? My crocky gobbo friend.
Look, I know everyone's excited to talk about one of the biggest and most anticipated game remasters to hit modern consoles in recent memory, and I'm here to meet the demands of all the people to tell you all about.
The lights are flashing.
Hey!
Lights are flashing. That is Bot from Jamboree Heights. Just showing some support. Clearly. A Croc Legend of the Gobbos fan.
Yeah.
And we really respect you for that.
Well, there we are. That's the spoiler. I am reviewing Croc Legend of the Gobbos.
I got too excited.
That's all right. Croc Legend of the Gobbos was originally released in 1997 by Argonaut Software on the PlayStation 1 PC and Sega Saturn. And as one of the very early examples of a 3D platformer, it was a critical and commercial success for the time. The gameplay was simple and the controls were a little awkward, but that was the style at the time. So many kids grew up playing it, but it's always been on the back row of PlayStation mascots from that era. After Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon came out with multiple sequels, Croc very quickly became that game that people remembered fondly, but wasn't something that anyone was rushing to revisit. But even if you did want to revisit it, you'd have a hard time finding a copy outside of your cousin's dusty basement. The developer Argonaut Software was shuttered in the mid-2000s, and the publishing rights to their IP were liquidated and lost to time, meaning that most of Argonaut Software's back catalogue, including the Croc series, was considered abandonware. Yeah, so that was until in 2024, Argonaut Software was reopened as a boutique developer with the goal of remastering their old classics.
Okay.
So here we are with Croc Legend of the Gobbos Remastered, released on the 3rd of April this year. And I've got to say, there's a lot of heart in this remake. And you can tell that they were aiming for that nostalgic feel, as when the game starts, you are met with a very 90s-looking bedroom, complete with an old PC on the desk, a VCR with some tapes, posters on the wall of Croc 2 and Buck Bumble, and a CRT TV with the classic Croc intro playing on it. And right on the start menu, as you get into the game, is the Crocopedia, which is a showcase of all things Croc, with concept art, photos of Croc's launch party, His Thanksgiving Day float, discontinued merchandise, and video interviews with the original development team. And those interviews are precious. You can see the sparkle in the eyes of these veteran developers as they reminisce about the early days of their careers. And there's clearly a deep love for Croc in this team. But how's the actual game? It is a faithful recreation of the original Croc title, which is a simple 3D platformer, where you control the titular Croc as you run, jump, tail swipe, and ground pound your way through various individual levels with the goal to save the adorable furry Gobbos who have been captured by the evil monster, the Baron Dante. Now, one issue that a lot of people had when they replayed the original Croc is that the strange control scheme in the old version, which is that Croc had tank controls, like Resident Evil. So that means like pressing left and right on the D-pad steers him left and right, and up and down make him move him forward and backwards. Because of this, it felt like you were driving Croc rather than just moving him. In the remaster, however, Croc has a modern control scheme mapped to the left thumbstick.
Hell yeah.
So he moves in like every direction, much more similar to a Banjo-Kazooie or a Mario.
Right.
And it makes a huge difference. Many of the tricky and frustrating levels in the game are so much simpler with this modern movement, and the game is better for it. But Croc purists should be reassured, though. The original horrible control scheme is still available on that D-pad. But I did actually use it once or twice for a precision jump here or there.
Okay.
So it has its use. But getting through each level isn't particularly challenging, but if you are trying to find each of the 6 Gobbos and the 5 coloured gems, you'll have to solve puzzles, check every corner of each stage, and master some tricky platforming to get that much sought-after 100% game file.
Can I just quickly, for anyone out there who hasn't played Croc Legend of the Gobbos, either the remastered or the original, we were told that it wasn't that you. I got tongue-tied.
Indeed.
Because these creatures are a little disturbing. You said that they were the very adorable Gobbos. They're a little disturbing Gobbos, actually.
Oh, they're a little puffball with eyes, like googly eyes and legs.
Okay.
So a Furby.
Do you know them? Do you know what they look like, Peter?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like literally like a little pom-pom creature.
Are you on the side of their cuties or disturbing creatures from hell?
I think they'd probably burn up if Spyro got to them.
Yeah, that's true. I would say
they would very much feed sparks.
I think adorable is fitting because they are able to be adored.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, the eyes are a little big, but they are still cute.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few tracks in the early stages that are a bit annoying on repetition, but the bangers are bangers.
Yep.
The bangers are bangers.
The bangers are bangers. But overall, like, it's an adorable game. Adorable. With charming updated visuals that can be switched to the original PS1 style with a simple button press.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the fly, hit the button, and you can cycle through the current and remake, which is always fun.
Like a nice touch, so you can compare them as you go. Yeah,
and nice. I actually don't like how the remastered one looks as much as the classic with the modern lighting.
Okay.
But I mean, the sounds are adorable. Like, it's a very cute looking game. And some of the later stages can get pretty challenging, like with some of the platforming challenges. But it's definitely a 1997 sort of game, which means that it has janky moments with large hitboxes and slidey movement. But if you're hankering for a nostalgic trip down memory lane, this remastered edition is the perfect set of rose-tinted glasses.
Oh,
very nice.
That's beautiful.
Let's see Buck Bumble come out next.
Gex the Gecko.
Now it's time for the review done music. Ooh.
I don't care for Gex as much as Buck Bumble.
That's fair.
That's a personal choice.
Hey, 4ZZZ listener. April Atonement is here again, marking another year of supporting the station we love. If you've been jamming with us for a while but haven't subscribed yet, why not take the plunge today? You'll go into the draw to win a prize and get a hefty, flavourful spoonful of warm inner glow. Head over to 4zzz.org.au to subscribe today.
Hey, welcome back for the last time this evening to Zed Games here on 4ZZZ. I'm Maylee, I'm here with Peter and Tom, and we're sad to see you. It is the last show that we're going to be here for April Atonement. So
I know.
I hope you've had a good evening. But before we go, I wanted to say, if you have had a good evening, or day, or morning, wherever you're listening,
if you've
whenever.
had a good time.
If you've
thank you.
being here with us,
yeah.
You should consider supporting the work here at 4ZZZ. They keep
support us.
They keep us on the air, and they keep a lot of amazing shows like us. No, like Film Club coming up next. Brown Couch before us. Lots of good ones. And you know what? Not only do you get that warm inner glow of supporting local community radio, not only do you get to listen to free content, well, free after your subscription, I suppose. It's free whether you subscribe or not, but do it. Come on. Be cool.
Help us out.
Not only do you get those benefits, but you go in the running for some truly amazing prizes. Really great prizes. And insider tip, a lot less people subscribe at this time of year. Most people subscribe at the end of the year. So your odds of winning a prize?
Higher.
A lot higher. You know? And even if you subscribed at Radiothon, you can subscribe now. Get in there for the prizes. Do it.
Subscribe your pet.
There's a pet portrait you can win.
I know. I still really want to get that for Dart.
Yeah.
I might get it even if I don't win it.
No, get in there and beat Peter. You can win it.
Don't let Peter have the pet portrait.
No. I'll still potentially get a pet portrait. It looks amazing.
Well, we're off for the evening, but we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app
or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.